actually sent it in the right spot. All right, guys. Make sure you go like this video. I'm going to drop this in the description, okay? Like father, like son, sharing. All right, chat. Here it is. Make sure you like the video, guys. All right, let's send it. Let's send it.
Maybe the most incredibly thought-provoking character in all of Elden Ring. When we first faced him on the bridge outside of Stormvale Castle, I'm sure we all hated his guts. His moveset was hard to learn, and his demeaning tone towards us as a Tarnished, as we're lower than dirt, didn't really help us sympathize with him whatsoever.
Well, thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
Then we see him again in the battlefield outside of the capital city, where he tries to, again, stop us on our journey of becoming Elden Lord.
I see thee, little Tarnished, smoldering with that wretched flame of ambition.
Finally, we see him at the door of the Erd Tree, where he reveals to us his real name and the responsibility he now holds as the last remaining demigod who is still truly devoted to the power of the greater will and the
There it
Golden Order.
is.
And you know what else
There
I'm
it
devoted
is.
to? Increasing the percentage of people who watch my videos and are
Okay,
actually
dude.
subscribed. Totally won't make
Okay.
you feel bad for not subscribing by showing
No,
a cute picture of
dude.
my
He
dog,
pampered
who gets
us,
belly
dude.
rubs and treats every time someone subs to the channel. Okay, I'll stop. Thank you. Let's get into the video.
Parents are
So why
blasting
does
Mexican
Morgott
music in
use
the front
fake name
yard
of
side.
Morgott in
Nice,
our initial
dude.
fight with him? Because Morgott was born an Omen, and Omen babies, such as Morgott and Mohg, who are born of royalty, are kept in secret, banished to the sewers below the capital city for the rest of their lives. We can learn more from the description of Morgott's shackle, which reads, a fetish bathed in golden magic. Shackles were used to bind the accursed people called the Omen, and these ones were made to keep a particular Omen under strictest confinement. Though faint, the shackles still retained vestiges of power, enough to trap the once-bound Morgott on Earth, if only for a short time. Since Morgott was born of royalty, the horns indicating his Omen curse are not removed. This isn't the case for all babies born with the Omen curse. Most of these horns are removed, and the process of doing this can be, and mostly is, fatal. Morgott is aware and understands, at least in his mind, that this curse puts a stain on the royal name. Basically, it looks bad, and because of this, he understands that he cannot be truly known as Morgott, born of Queen Marika and Godfrey, but instead uses the alias Morgott to hide his true identity. Now, you might be thinking that this is a poor effort to hide his identity, since he only changes his name slightly and doesn't try to alter his appearance at all. Well, if you think about it, it doesn't really matter, since no one truly knew of his existence in the first place, other than Marika and Godfrey. By hiding his true name, Morgott could leave the sewers without having to stain the family name whatsoever. He likely changes it slightly because he himself hates what that name represents. So what does he do outside of the sewers other than beat our ass a few dozen times? Let's listen to his dialogue after we finally beat him outside of Stormvale.
Okay.
Smoldering with thy meager flame, cower in fear of the night. The hands of the fell Omen shall brook thee no quarter.
He's referring to the Knights Cavalry, which you would think, when said out loud, would be spelled with a K, like the Round Table Knights from the Middle Ages, but is instead the Knights Cavalry, spelled with an N. Knowing that they can only be seen roaming the lands between at night, this makes a lot of sense. There are 9 cavalry knights that can be found, with the 10th member being the leader of the cavalry, Morgott. We know him as the leader from the item description of the Knights Cavalry set, which reads, worn by the Knights Cavalry who ride funeral steeds, who were once led by the fell Omen, and were deliverers of death for great warriors, knights, and champions. If you make your way to this sword monument outside the walls of the capital city, it reads, the second defense of Landel. The fell Omen stacks high the corpses of heroes, yet the Erd Tree remains unshaken. This is just yet another testament to the power and determination that Morgott has toward the protection of his city and the Golden Order. In the opening cinematic, we can see Morgott battling with a red-haired soldier that, in my opinion, is a younger, much smaller Radahn, but could just be another Redmane soldier. It is
Yep.
also theorized that Morgott created the Sentry's Torch, which are torches given to protectors of the Erd Tree that hold a special incantation which allows the bearer of the torch to see assassins cloaked in veils. So even as a
Wait.
complete outcast,
Are you telling me we could have used that in that one area to see assassins? Invisible boys?
to his family and the lineage of it, Morgott is still trying to protect the Golden Order. Banished to the sewers and betrayed by his family, you'd think he'd want to take a more similar path to his Omen twin brother, Mohg, which we can go into more detail about.
Mohg looking bad, bro.
But in my eyes, it seems that Morgott hates himself and what he is. He sees himself as a stain, a blemish that should not exist. We can see this from his dialogue in the second stage of our fight with him outside the Erd Tree.
The thrones, stained by my curse, such shame I cannot bear.
Feels bad,
Thy
man.
part in this
Feels
shall
bad.
not be forgiven.
We can also see from the description of Morgott's cursed greatsword that reads, the accused blood that Morgott recanted and sealed away, reformed into this blade. He truly thought that no one loved him, that no one could love him because of the curse he was born with. We can tell that this isn't true when we find Godfrey cradling Morgott's body. Godfrey likely hasn't seen Morgott since he was born, but he looks down on him in sadness, for he is still his son, Omen or not.
It's been a long while, Morgott.
Maybe Godfrey understands Morgott's pain after being banished from the Lands Between when he lost his guidance of grace and became the first Tarnished. Something like that makes you feel like you're a stain, a mistake. Godfrey can relate to Morgott more than ever in this moment that he has with his son. What makes this even more sad is that the birth of an Omen used to be known as a blessing of the Crucible. We can learn from the Crucible Tale Talisman that reads,
spoilers, I never seen this, boss, dude. That's what I'm saying.
The aspects of various creatures, said to have grown on the human body long ago, a vestige of the crucible of primordial life, born partially of devolution. It was considered a signifier of the divine in ancient times, but is now increasingly disdained as an impurity as civilization has advanced. This doesn't read exactly as the Omen curse, but it sounds so much like it that it's hard not to relate them. I believe Morgott is a misunderstood character that holds a ton of bitter anger, and rightfully so. He just wanted to be an asset to his family and the Golden Order, but was shunned for a birth defect that he couldn't control. On top of all of this, his brothers and sisters betrayed the only thing that he himself wanted to serve. They all had the right to fight for the Golden Order.
He literally wanted to be a good boy
and their own beliefs and their own paths, where Morgott calls them for what they are.
Willful traitors.
Willful traitors.
And it came all the way down to his dying breath, protecting the Erd Tree, protecting the Golden Order, protecting
killing
his
the
family
homie,
name, and still referring to himself as a failure.
None may claim the title of Elden Lord. Thy deeds shall be met with failure, just as I.
Why not?
He truly is the most worthy successor to Godfrey, and I think his father realizes that when he returns to the Lands Between to be granted audience.
Yeah, his father's a homie, dude.
Godfrey was once a barbarian war chief named Horalu, who attracted Queen Mary.
Why are you watching this video now?
Strength, but this
Caleb said send it, so we're sending it.
Did not fit the role of Lord.
I've already seen Godfrey.
Strong, but is also
I don't think I've versed Godfrey yet, though. I haven't versed him yet, no.
This rage for battle within him, he takes the beast regent Sirash upon his back to calm his rage, and takes the name of Godfrey.
Sirash is so sick.
During this time,
are you kidding me?
Were raged in order to spread the dominance and influence of the Golden Order over the Lands Between. Godfrey commanded and led the battlefield for many of these wars. He defeated the Fire Giants and their one-eyed fell god, who wanted to burn the Erd Tree and destroy the Golden Order.
Look at the
All
Fire
of these
Boy.
giants were slain, except for one, who was then cursed by Queen Marika to guard the flame for all eternity.
In Marika's own words,
we know that woman.
Brave warriors, hark, my lord Godfrey. We commend your deeds. Guidance hath delivered ye through each ordeal to the place
You're
ye
outright
stand.
weird? Hey,
Put
dude.
the
It's a
giants
lifestyle.
to
I
the
live
sword
it.
and
What's a
confine
face
the
on it?
flame atop the mount.
He's a face on
Let
his
a
chest.
new
The
epoch begin, an epoch glistening with life. Brandish the Elden ring for the age of the Erd tree.
It's also known that Godfrey battled with and defeated the Storm
What?
Lord, which is theorized by
Look.
many to be Dragon Lord Placidus of the ancient dragons. In short, Godfrey led
Okay. This now, Papa, while you're here, this is perfect, right? I've heard talk that this game is before Demon Souls. It's set in the same universe and it's before Demon Souls. Have you heard that? Have you heard that before?
a campaign across the lands between and was a very powerful lord. He and Marika went on to have 3 children, the Omen
Marika,
twins,
yep.
Morgott and Moog,
Yep.
and then Godwyn the Golden. But as we all know, Queen Marika starts to doubt the
Never heard it, don't
influence
believe
of
it.
the Golden
Really?
Lord.
Okay.
She starts to find flaws within the greater will and plots the downfall of these outer gods. During this, Godfrey had defeated all of his enemies. His campaign had
What?
ended. If you go to this sword memorial outside of the smoldering church,
So he did
it
pick up a
reads,
W.
Lord Godfrey, at last at the end of his campaign, his golden armies unvanquished and unbowed, yet finds grace lost, tattered, and faded. We can also read from his armor set that when his last worthy enemy fell, it was then that the hue of Lord Godfrey's eyes faded. With no one left to battle, Godfrey had lost his guidance
Wait,
and grace
isn't
and his
this-
purpose. It is at this time that Marika instructs Godfrey and his soldiers to leave the lands
Which
between.
America, I heard America is a tarnished. Or what? Not a tarnished, but whatever the other race is. There's another race that you can pick from. She is that race. Within the like the character creation, she is the race that was the first Elden, or she's held up by an arc too. What the heck? But she's the big juicer.
And to wage war in lands far away, where they will live and die. This made Godfrey and his men the very first Tarnished, and thus the long march of the Tarnished began, where they waged war in a faraway land known as the Badlands, where they lived,
What?
struggled, and died, just as instructed.
What?
During his time in the Badlands, he became a simple warrior, and is likely where he had his
That's
daughter,
wicked.
Nefeli. But at some point, he was killed. As
Tweak,
we can
what's
see
up,
in
homie?
the opening cinematic, where I believe that Siraj and Godfrey are dead and crucified in some way. And when the Elden Ring was shattered, Lord Godfrey was resurrected, just like us as a Tarnished, to seek Queen Marika and
Sheesh.
brandish the
There it
Elden
is,
Ring.
dude.
He returns to the Erd Tree to see it burning, and his long-lost, neglected son, Morgott, dead just outside the door. I can't imagine the anguish
That's what
he
I'm
feels
saying.
at this moment, especially
This guy's an
as
absolute
he sees us
unit.
walking up to the door of the Erd Tree to become Elden Lord as well. However he may feel, he still respects our journey and the struggle.
Play Undertale Tower Defense in Roblox, bro. I haven't even beaten Elden Tale. I haven't even played Elden Tale yet. Get out of here with that mess, bro.
It must have been
Get outta here
to
with that.
make it to this point. But we must battle, as we both wish for the same
Oh,
thing.
he's such a
to
unit,
brandish
dude.
The Elden Ring for
What a
Queen
sick
Marika,
boss.
But only one can become Elden Lord. And upon his defeat, he still respects our strength as a true warrior should.
Tarnished.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. I can't wait to do that fight.
The story of Morgott and his father Godfrey is a sad one, just like all of the stories in
He's a-
Elden
dude,
Ring.
what a
Godfrey
fuzzy
likely didn't
dead?
have a choice
Yeah, rip.
when it came to
Rip,
the
homie.
banishment of his son to the sewers below, where he never saw him again. Morgott lost his purpose at birth, where Godfrey also lost his purpose later in life. They both wanted the same
Skyrim
thing,
music.
to battle for what
Skyrim
they believed in,
music.
but in the end, they're in the same place, lost without guidance, living without purpose, and seeking that purpose to their dying breath. And
Oh,
ultimately
down.
dying in the same place together at the base of what gave them life and
And
death.
purpose. And purpose, right?
Thank you all for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe so that we can get that percentage up higher and higher every single day. Your support means the world to me.
We'll like it. Hey, guys, make sure you like this video. All right, I'm linking it in chat again. Make sure you like it. We're Reaction Andes now. Like father, like son. Godfrey. Reaction Andes, dude. Interesting lore. Yeah, this is actually good. That's good stuff, guys. That's good stuff. That's what we like to see. Oh, man, that was a long video? Wait, why does it say the video was... I thought the video was like 13 minutes long, dude. Guys, I thought that video was like 13 minutes long. Am I losing it?